Good afternoon, everybody. Before I begin to talk about this week's video, I'd like to say thank you so much to the overwhelming response I've had from my last video. That's my highest rated or highest viewed video of the year. So I'm gonna take that as a win. So I'd like to say thank you so much to everybody who watched that video. Very pleased, and thank you so much. So on to today's video. Last night I watched a beautiful film, and beautiful is the word, called A Beautiful Day in the Neighbourhood. Wow, what a absolutely magnificent and beautiful film, like I said. I'd have to say that was one of the most emotionally heft films I've ever seen. Of course, it's not gonna be a film like for everyone, but for those who it won't be a film for everyone, I'm here to educate and say why it would be a film not for everyone to watch. A Beautiful Day in the Neighbourhood is presented as a biopic on an American icon known as Fred Rogers, played by the excellent Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks, to me, is a national treasure and one of the best actors living or ever. He is magnificent. He's been top of his game for the last 40 odd years. And there's a Tom Hanks for every generation. Like you've got the teen Tom Hanks for films like Splash, The Burbs, Terror and Hooch. There's more modern, upgrowing Tom Hanks, as in Big, League of Their Own, Sleepers in Seattle. People who know him as the voice of Woody from Toy Story. Grown up Tom Hanks in terms of Forrest Gump, The Green Mile, Road to Perdition, Charlie Wilson's War on Captain Phillips, and so on. I mean, I could make a whole video about Tom Hanks, like I really could. Not maybe that's a suggestion down the road, but yes, Tom Hanks plays the titular Fred Rogers. For those who don't know, Mr. Rogers' Neighbourhood was a show in the 70s in America, and it was basically a show that educated kids about some of the more darker subjects in life, about death and relationships and stuff like that. It was sort of presented in a way that you would talk about big issues, presented in a way that would make not, for instance, sort of like he would use puppets to talk about certain issues, and he would present it towards kids and adults, and it was a big family thing like that. Like people like to watch in America. So Tom Hanks plays him, but the funny thing is, if you watch the trailer, that's how it's presented. The actual film, so a journalist by the name of Mike Vogel, not played by Matthew Rhys, an actor I have never seen before, magnificent, and his wife played by Kelechi Wilson. He's a journalist and a father to a newborn son, and it's evident that his family life at the moment isn't perfect. Like his dad's played by the excellent Chris Cooper, who's always on point. Is Chris Cooper. So sort of you got two stories like in one. So. The journalist, Mike Vogel, works for Esquire, is sent to interview Mr. Rogers, and Mike Vogel's journalistic style which they only lightly touch on. Is basically like he's a bit of a hard hitter. He writes articles about good people and puts a spin on it that isn't good. Typical journalism, like it's what some people would say, like in some cases. And basically, he goes to interview like Mr. Rogers, and of course, what turns into a interview with Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers has basically made it an interview about him, like not Mr. Vogel, and he delves into his personal life, with his father, with his family. So it is a family drama. It's a multi-layered drama. Tom Hanks was Oscar nominated for his role, and that's disappointing. Like he didn't win, because he would have been able to add supporting actor to his two best actors awards. But like I always say, to be nominated is just as good, I think. Tom Hanks definitely deserves his nomination. Tom Hanks is on form in this, and special mention it does go to Matthew Rhys, who plays Mike Vogel, because it is pretty much most of the time them two learning from each other. Sort of, I think it's brilliant how sort of that you've got Tom Hanks, who's been in the spotlight. Sorry, his character, Mr. Rogers, he's been in the spotlight in America for the best part of half a century, and sort of he's been sort of interviewed countless of times by everyone, and whereas he himself is Mike Vogel's character, sorry, Matthew Rhys's character. He's learning how to sort of become a better father, a better family man. It is really wonderful. The screen chemistry between these two make up what it is, and the scenes Matthew Rhys and Chris Cooper. Also, I felt it should have had a nomination, despite not being in the film much. The little time he has in this film, it is pretty it is pretty gravitating. And let's face it, if Judi Dench can pick up an Oscar for 8 minutes of screen time, then there's no reason why Chris Cooper can't be nominated for an Oscar there. But of course, I digress. Only 6 nominations per year and stuff like that. But the actual film itself is absolutely amazing. There are some scenes that really do hit home with certain people, and it did for me. I won't lie that for a good chunk of the film I was wiping away the tears. It really is an emotionally challenging film. It's not an easy watch in any sense, but it is something. It is one really worth watching in terms of sort of you just sit down and watch this type of film. Be it for many reasons. So it comes to the point where I say, why should you watch this film? Well, basically, if you're a big fan of Tom Hanks, which I am, and there's a lot of people are out there are. If you're a big fan of Tom Hanks, if you like multi-layered dramas or multi-layered films, and if you just sort of want to watch scenery chewing chemistry, then this is for you as well. Like I say, it's not an easy watch. If you are going to watch this film, do bring tissues or keep tissues handy whilst watching for this film. So it comes to the all important rating. I'm gonna give it 5 stars. It's been a long time since I've given a film 5 stars, but I think that this is it. It has to be. I don't know if that's me being biased or not, but I do feel as though it is in 5-star territory. This film. Excuse me, but it really is worth watching. It is absolutely amazing in terms of the cinematography, the direction. I will say like this as well. Like there's one scene there where it's a very well drawn out fantasy sequence. Obviously, I'm not going to say like how and why. You're going to have to do the hard part and actually watch the film, not to figure out, not to say like what I mean in terms of a long drawn out fantasy sequence. But it is there. But yeah, absolutely amazing film to watch. Like it's a beautiful day in the neighbourhood. Just wow. Yeah, lots of 5 stars, like it has to be said. Um, yeah, and I mean, I could go on like all day about like how amazing like this film is. So I hope that anybody watching this video who hasn't already seen like this film to go and do exactly that. If you have not already like watched this amazing film, then please leave some comments like below like what you think of it, and like we can discuss it. So yeah, that'd be great. So yeah, like, with that being said, please watch like this film as soon as possible. Anybody who wants to leave any comments, please do so below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hopefully, like I'll be able to come up like with some brand new content like for my next video. You know, I'm just gonna briefly touch on this. With the way like that things are going like at the moment, like most cinemas are only open at the weekend, and there's not a lot of content or new stuff to watch as yet. Unfortunately, with half term next week, we was due to have the likes of Black Widow and Death on the Nile also have been like delayed, but marvelous streaming sites such as Amazon, like Netflix, they should pay me like not for promoting them, like I tell you. Amazing sites such as Amazon and Netflix. Watch that as much as possible, and go for it. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure like you can find something wonderful on there. So yeah. Like I say, like anybody wants to leave any comments, please do so below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please go watch A Beautiful Day in the Neighbourhood, and I will see you soon. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Bye bye.